Ready? Let's go.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And some space here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 22 yards there, a first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, yeah. Backside guys,
meh.
That's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
X3, 218, chop. Snap.
Here's 2nd and 8. Able to get this to Gordon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Bridgewater. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. Oh, what a juke into space. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Gus Edwards, 60 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, a lot of things have to go right for an option pitch to be successful. Everything lined up there on the long run.
It does, because you have to make the proper read. It doesn't matter what guy you've decided is going to be read on the defensive front. You still have to execute it. If he comes to the quarterback, you saw there, pitch it out to the running back, and off he goes. A lot of teams don't like to run the option because they don't like having their quarterback hit.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. This is taken at the 18. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
He's coming. Double up. Cover. Cover. Yep. Motion.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. These two teams all tied after one. From the 25 on 2nd down, Bridgewater. It got his man complete. Touchdown, L.A. Keenan Allen, 75 yards. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Back to throw. Clifford going right side here, and that's complete. Give him a first down. 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line. Let's go. 90, Wolf. Squeeze, double. Hey, watch this. Protein spill.
On 1st and 10, Clifford. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Check 43.
2nd and 4. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 38-yard line.
That's another Raiders first down. 1st and 10.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun. Cliff, a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there of 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 38.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4 down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Play fake. Bridgewater. And it's complete. Henry. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Got his man. It's Williams. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll come out in the pistol. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here we go! Come on, set! Get the head ring! Go!
They'll run the toss here. Edwards. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Eckler. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Go! 18 data, 18 data. Defense wins championships, baby!
On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That's pulled in at the 32. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Here we go!
The Charger drive about to get going.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
At the 21-yard line.
Second and 9 now from the 21.
Go, tackle, go. We got this. We got this. Shoot. Okay. Go. Check the call. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Push on it. Push him back.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it's third down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. On third down, Bridgewater. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. .49-yard punt. 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. This is Gordon as they go to him again. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Dancing to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tack McKinley picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now after the loss, they come up 2nd and 11 from the 19-yard line. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slam. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Running on first down, Eckler. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. King. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth. All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition. Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful. Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Now listen, it's a team game. We know that. But where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again. But on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something. You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down. Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction? I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Bridgewater now from the 50. And caught by Henry. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a 1st down. Well,
probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Mike 57. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 57. Mike 57. Switch up. Switch up. Mike. 57's Mike. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 57's the Mike.
Bridgewater on first down. That's complete. It's Collins. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Looking to throw again on second down. Bridgewater. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. On third down, here's Eckler. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Things just got interesting. They try for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A Raider first down, 17 yards. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
He'll look to throw. Got Gordon open, completes it. And they'll get this down to the 10. They pick up 11 in addition to moving the chains. Nothing open downfield, they went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Check it backer, check it backer.
This is Gordon. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend. As they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. A very important extra point there, up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Get ready.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now Eckler. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Now Bridgewater. Allen's got it complete. Oh, shifty. Whoa. A gain there of 21 yards. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see. First and goal.
They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Out. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Quit talking about it. 57's Mike. Mike 57. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you.
Bridgewater to throw. And this is going to be caught. He got it. It's a touchdown. Forget overtime. They're going to win the football game right now. Now the try here for the extra point. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the fourth. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football,
Yeah.
where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for our visitors, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.